Roy sat in his car, staring at the darkened road ahead. The night was heavy with an eerie stillness, and the only sound that broke the silence was the faint hum of his engine. He had always enjoyed the solitude of night drives, finding a strange comfort in the empty highways and shadowy landscapes. Tonight, however, was different. Roy couldn't shake off the feeling that something was off, that the darkness held secrets it was unwilling to reveal. His destination was a small town on the outskirts, where he was supposed to attend a family gathering. The invitation had arrived unexpectedly, and though he hesitated, familial duty had coerced him into making the journey. As he navigated the winding roads, a dense fog began to creep in, reducing visibility to almost nothing. Roy gripped the steering wheel tighter, his knuckles turning white. The headlights of his car cut through the mist, creating an eerie glow that danced with the shadows. He could feel the tension building in the air, a silent prelude to something he couldn't quite grasp. As Roy approached a desolate gas station, he decided to pull over and collect his thoughts. The flickering fluorescent lights overhead added to the unsettling atmosphere. Roy stepped out of the car, the cold night air sending shivers down his spine. He scanned the deserted surroundings, feeling the weight of unseen eyes on him. A figure stood in the shadows, barely visible, watching him with an intensity that sent a chill down Roy's spine. Ignoring the unease, Roy filled up his gas tank and headed back onto the road, the mysterious figure lingering in his thoughts like a haunting specter. The fog seemed to thicken, wrapping around his car like a sinister embrace. Unbeknownst to Roy, the journey ahead held more than just family obligations. It held a dark secret waiting to unfold. The road stretched endlessly, and Roy's fatigue grew with each passing mile. The town's welcome sign loomed ahead, barely visible through the thick fog that clung to the outskirts. As he entered, the streets seemed deserted, the houses casting long shadows in the dim glow of street lamps. Roy's unease deepened as he navigated the unfamiliar roads. The GPS guided him to a secluded mansion on the outskirts of town, the location of the family gathering. The mansion, surrounded by ancient trees, seemed to emerge from the mist like a spectral fortress. Upon entering, Roy was greeted by distant relatives, their smiles strained and their eyes avoiding his. Whispers floated in the air, words that hinted at long-buried family secrets. Roy felt like an outsider in his own bloodline, an intruder stumbling upon a hidden truth. As the night unfolded, the atmosphere in the mansion grew increasingly tense. A family member pulled Roy aside, revealing cryptic messages about a curse that had plagued their bloodline for generations. Each family gathering was a desperate attempt to break the cycle, but the details remained shrouded in mystery. Determined to uncover the truth, Roy delved into the mansion's history. Hidden passages, old photographs, and forgotten diaries hinted at a dark ritual performed by ancestors desperate for power. The curse, it seemed, bound the family to a malevolent force that thrived on their suffering. As the clock struck midnight, a sense of foreboding enveloped the mansion. Roy gathered the family, his voice shaky but resolute as he pieced together the fragments of the curse. The time had come to confront the malevolent force that lurked in the shadows. The family, united by fear and determination, followed Roy into the depths of the mansion. The air grew thick with an otherworldly presence, and the walls seemed to pulse with ancient energy. The mysterious figure from the gas station emerged, revealing itself as a guardian spirit trapped between realms. With each step, the family confronted the darkness that had plagued them for centuries. The mansion echoed with the chants of an incantation meant to sever the ties to the malevolent force. As the ritual reached its climax, the mansion trembled, and the fog that had clung to the town lifted. Exhausted but triumphant, Roy and his family emerged into the dawn light. The curse broken, the town seemed to awaken from a long slumber. As they dispersed, the shadows that had haunted Roy's journey dispersed with them, leaving behind a town reborn. Roy, his faith and family restored, drove back into the sunrise, leaving the nightmarish journey behind. The roads that had been cloaked in darkness now gleamed in the morning light, a symbol of hope and redemption. As he looked back at the town disappearing in his rearview mirror, Roy couldn't help but wonder if the secrets buried in the night were truly gone or merely waiting for the next unsuspecting traveler to unveil them. The night was dark and foreboding as Chase and his girlfriend, Emily, set out on their long journey home after a tiring day at work. The rain splattered against the windshield, creating an eerie rhythm that matched the tension building in the car. The desolate road stretched endlessly, surrounded by thick woods that seemed to swallow the feeble glow of their headlights. Chase gripped the steering wheel, his knuckles turning white, while Emily stared out into the darkness, lost in her own thoughts. As they ventured further into the night, a sense of unease settled over them. Little did they know that a sinister presence had been silently tailing their every move. The wind howled outside, rattling the windows, and the couple exchanged nervous glances. Chase tried to shake off the uneasy feeling, attributing it to the ominous weather, but an unsettling intuition lingered in the air. Miles passed by in silence until Chase noticed a flickering light in the rearview mirror. A pair of headlights appeared, seemingly out of nowhere, and began to tailgate them. Uneasiness turned to fear as Chase accelerated, attempting to distance themselves from the mysterious pursuer. However, the relentless headlights stayed fixed in their rearview mirror, casting long shadows on the wet road. The rain intensified, making visibility even more challenging. Emily clutched her seat, her eyes darting between the road and the relentless pursuer behind them. Chase's heart raced as he navigated the winding road, desperately trying to shake off their unwanted companion. As the tension escalated, Chase's mind raced with thoughts of what could be waiting for them in the desolate night. Little did they know that the worst was yet to come. The relentless pursuit continued, the mysterious driver behind them refusing to back off. Chase and Emily's anxiety grew with every passing mile. The rain showed no signs of letting up, and the road became more treacherous, winding through dense woods that seemed to close in around them. Chase decided to take a detour, hoping to lose their pursuer in the labyrinth of back roads. However, no matter how many turns he made, the headlights remained in tow, a haunting reminder that they were not alone on that desolate stretch of road. Fear gripped them like a vice, and Emily couldn't shake the feeling that someone was watching them from the shadows. Chase's mind raced, considering whether to seek help or confront their pursuer head-on. As he debated the options, a sudden realization struck him. They were in the middle of nowhere, far from any semblance of civilization. The rain-drenched road seemed to elongate, stretching into an endless nightmare. Chase's knuckles turned white as he clutched the steering wheel, determined to protect Emily from the looming threat. Desperation set in as he considered the possibility that their pursuer might have more sinister intentions than simply following them. With each passing moment, the flickering headlights behind them seemed to draw closer. Chase's mind raced with possibilities, each more terrifying than the last. Emily, paralyzed by fear, couldn't tear her eyes away from the menacing glow in the rearview mirror. As they approached a desolate gas station, a glimmer of hope flickered in Chase's mind. He decided to make a final stand, hoping to confront their pursuer and seek help. The gas station, dimly lit and seemingly abandoned, would become the battleground for their desperate struggle against the unknown. Chase pulled into the nearly empty gas station, the rain pelting down on the roof of the car like a relentless drumbeat. The flickering headlights followed suit, casting an ominous glow on the deserted pumps and cracked windows of the station. The eerie silence that surrounded them was broken only by the patter of raindrops and the low hum of the car engine. As Chase parked, he turned to Emily, his eyes reflecting a mixture of determination and fear. "Stay in the car, lock the doors," he urged, his voice low and steady, attempting to reassure both Emily and himself. She nodded, gripping the edge of her seat with white-knuckled intensity. Chase stepped out into the downpour, the cold rain soaking through his clothes. He scanned the shadows, his senses on high alert. The mysterious pursuer's headlights had come to a halt, lingering just beyond the pool of light cast by the gas station's flickering sign. "Who's there?" Chase called out, his voice echoing through the stillness. No response. The tension in the air thickened, and the oppressive silence seemed to press against him. Chase's heart pounded in his chest as he approached the edge of the light, peering into the darkness. A figure emerged from the shadows, obscured by the rain and the dim light. Chase squinted, trying to make out any details. As the figure drew closer, a chill ran down his spine. It was a man, dressed in tattered clothes, his face obscured by the hood of a rain-soaked jacket. The man spoke, his voice a low, guttural murmur. "You shouldn't have come here." Chase's mind raced, trying to make sense of the ominous warning. Before he could respond, the man lunged forward, and Chase stumbled backward, narrowly avoiding the attack. The encounter escalated into a desperate struggle, the rain turning the ground slick and muddy beneath their feet. Back in the car, Emily watched in horror as the confrontation unfolded. Fear clawed at her as she fumbled for her phone, ready to dial for help. The gas station, once a beacon of hope, now felt like a trap closing in on them. As the struggle continued, the flickering gas station lights cast eerie shadows on the unfolding chaos. Chase grappled with the mysterious man, each movement fueled by the desperate need to protect Emily and unravel the mystery that had ensnared them on this fateful night. Emily, gripping her phone tightly, debated whether to call for help or intervene in the struggle between Chase and the mysterious man. The rain-soaked ground made their movements erratic, and the gas station's dim lights flickered ominously, casting dancing shadows on the scene. Chase fought with every ounce of strength, trying to subdue the assailant. Rainwater mixed with mud, creating a slippery battleground that made each step perilous. The man, relentless and seemingly impervious to the weather, continued his assault with an eerie determination. As Emily hesitated, torn between staying put and risking herself to help Chase, the struggle took an unexpected turn. With a sudden burst of strength, Chase managed to push the assailant away, sending him stumbling backward. The mysterious man, drenched and disheveled, retreated into the shadows, disappearing into the rainy night. Breathing heavily, Chase turned back to Emily, his eyes searching for reassurance. "We need to go now," he urged, helping her out of the car. The gas station, once a refuge, now felt like a trap waiting to snap shut. They quickly got back into the car, leaving the gas station behind. Chase accelerated, leaving the rain-soaked battleground and the unsettling encounter in their wake. The mysterious pursuer, having retreated into the darkness, remained an enigma, leaving the couple to wonder about the intentions and motivations that had led them into this perilous situation. As they drove through the night, the rain gradually subsided, and a heavy silence settled between them. Chase's hands gripped the steering wheel with a mixture of tension and relief. Emily, still shaken by the encounter, stared out into the receding darkness, her mind replaying the haunting events. Hours passed, and the couple finally reached the safety of their home. The night had taken a toll on them, leaving an indelible mark on their senses. The events of that night lingered in the corners of their minds, a chilling reminder that danger could lurk in the most unexpected places. Days turned into weeks, and life resumed its normal rhythm. Yet the memory of the mysterious pursuer and the chilling encounter at the gas station remained etched in Chase and Emily's minds. The incident had changed them, leaving them more vigilant, aware that the line between safety and peril could blur in the desolation of a rainy night. As time passed, the questions lingered. Who was the mysterious man, and why had he targeted them? The answers remained elusive, shrouded in the darkness of that fateful night, a chapter in their lives that would forever be etched in shadows. And so, the couple moved forward, forever changed by the nightmarish journey that had unfolded on a rain-soaked road, where the pursuit of answers had led them into the heart of a chilling mystery.